Hi, you guys. This is Samara from Easy Customs. I wanted to quickly come on and give you guys a brief showdown of Photoshop. If you haven't gotten into Photoshop, you really should because it's not as hard to use as people may make it seem. It looks a little bit confusing once you get in, but once you start playing around with it, you'll literally fall in love with it, and everything that you do inside of the system will become second nature. So what I'm going to do is show you how to kind of sort of, I guess, make the text look a little 3D or embossed, if you may. So there's a lot of people that do like graffiti type fonts, different things like that. So I just want to show you how I do it. So what we're first going to do is let me close out of this. We're going to go to File, New, and you can make the width whatever size you need, and of course you can change it to inches if need be. So right here I did 3200 by 3300, 300 pixel resolution, CMYK color code, 8-bit. You can leave the background transparent. I can show you how to add a background on there as well in the future. You don't have to color manage, and you can keep that the same square pixels. Okay, so here's our screen. And if you need to make it a little bigger right on the left hand side, you can make it a little bigger in the bottom corner. So what we're first going to do is go to our text tool. Let me change the color to black. We can go to our text tool. Right here it says impact. A lot of the fonts that I use, I get off defont.com, or you can find any other free generators, or you can purchase your fonts as well. So what we're going to do is we're going to type in one of the graffiti fonts. Let me see which one it is that I use. Okay, let's just say, not Glidden. That's not the one I want to use. I think it may be Brockers. This is just a different one we could try out. And as you can see, that's just like a different font. That looks pretty good. So let's just say that we are going to say, love heels or something like that. Let's just say love heels. So now you see that the font is on 82. You can press Control T, or if you're using a MacBook like me, it'll be Command T, and it'll pull up this thing here. You can size it like that, but if you click this tool here, it'll give you the ability to pull it up and over. And I like to do this with my text because it gives you the ability to just open it up a little wider, and just whatever you feel is good for you. So for right now, what we're going to do is we're going to go to our layers panel. We're going to press the FX here at the bottom. We're going to give it a little outline. We can do stroke. So as you can see here, you can put as many outlines as you need to. This is yellow. You can make it as big or as small as you need to. So let's just say that our picture is going to be green and blue and maybe some yellow. I'm going to add an additional one on there as I just did. And I'm going to add this blue just because that turquoise blue is like my favorite color. Let's go back to this second stroke and make it just a little bit bigger. Let me see. So that means we need to go to this stroke and make that a little bit bigger. Now what we're going to do from this same panel, the layer styles panel, let's click on bevel and emboss. As you can see, your font, because you can see it right here on the left hand side, it has gotten a little I could say 3D-ish. So right here you're going to keep it on emboss, smooth. You can change the depth of it here, and you see it's coming out a little, it's bringing it out a little bit more. And you can just play with it, whatever you want it to be. So look at this size, and you see it's coming out some more as I just play around with it. Soften. It's all up to what you want it to look like. That looks fine to me. I usually don't mess with anything down here. You can keep that all the same. For now, that looks good. So outside of that, what we're going to do is we're going to, let me see. We're going to do a gradient overlay. Now, you keep it at normal and opacity at 100% because you do want it to show very clearly. So what we're going to do is we're going to go in, like I said, I want to put a little yellow. We can get a brighter yellow there. And as you can see, my font is still looking very 3D-ish. That's like a greenish yellow. So we can go for something like that. On this end, I am going to change this to like a bluish. That looks good. I like that. Like, I want it just a little bit brighter. Okay. So here we are with our design. And of course, you can go in and adjust your outlines as you need to. Let's just see how it'll look with that black. That's not bad. And say you wanted to make your let's see, your outline just a little bigger. You can do that also, and you see how it's bringing it out just a little bit more. So that looks good. We can press OK. Say you wanted to do a drop shadow, that's also an option as well. Say you wanted to do like a black drop shadow, you just click on drop shadow here. As I said before, you can play around with it. It'll show you the distance. You see the drop shadow there. Size. It's all up to you. Say you wanted to change the way it looks, like an outline like that. You go down to this portion here on the contour, and here you are. As you can see, it's giving you all type of different options, and all of these actually look really good. It's just it's based off of your preference. Whatever you're looking for, that's how you will go for it. And if you wanted to look all scratchy, there's the noise. Okay. If you want to spread it a little more, if you want the opacity to be dark, you can bring that all the way to 100%. Sometimes, you know, people want their drop shadow to just be like a offset light, and that's what you'll get there. Let's just say we want to keep it like that. That's not bad. Say you want your spread or your size. It's all up to you. However you want your image to look. We can bring that in some. And I don't think that looks bad. That looks pretty good to me. Love heals. I don't know. Whatever you wanted to say. Over in your character panel here, this is going to be your size and just basically how close you want things. Say you wanted your words to be a little further out or further in. You just click on it like, okay, now you see it's giving our words just a little bit of space between each other. And like I said before, it's based off of your preference. So that's not bad like that. We can keep it like that. And then this also adjusts the size of your font and where you need it to be. Now, say you don't want it like this anymore, or you want to change the colors, you can literally go inside of this and just change it however you want. Okay. Now, for the looks of like maybe a graffiti look, like with the dots and different things like that, you can make a new layer panel, which is right here, layer mode. Go to your brush tool, get you a little brush. 70 is not bad, like soft round, depending on the hardness, however you want it. And you just go in wherever you want it to be, and you can make little dots, different things like that. Let's just make the brush a little bigger. Just stuff like this. Let me move that one. However you want it. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go back into that same brush and make it a little smaller. And we're going to turn the brush white. And we're just going to click right back inside of the brush, the circle. And you see it's almost giving it like it's a 3D look. And of course you can change, say you want to do yellow. You can do literally the same exact thing. And it's all up to you however you want it. And you can take your smaller brush tools and you could do the same thing as well. You could make this bigger. Say you wanted to do a yellow, you know, just yellow dots. However you want it. And put blue inside of it. Let's just make it a little smaller. Different things like that. And of course you can turn this off with your visibility tool. Say you just don't want that on there. Or you can add in a sparkle. So inside of mine, I have a little sparkle that I use sometimes. And I might just throw it in. It just all depends on your preference, like I said before. This is a little small sparkle that I use sometimes. And I just got this off of like Google. And you can add it to the front, back, whichever way. Say you only wanted a portion of that, you could just take your brush tool and it's going to rasterize your layer. So now you're able to just wipe away some of the pieces. Like say you just want it to look like it's just there, like halfway on there. You can always adjust it. Control T or Command T. And have it like this, whichever way, or you can put it to the back, but we're going to delete that because it's not really necessary for this. Now say you wanted to change the font in this, you literally can tap in the screen if you wanted to, or you can just right click. Oops, hold on. You can right click and convert to a smart object. So now this is a smart object. Say you want to click on this here. Go to text tool, change this, say amazing. And it's kind of like a template for you, pretty much. And you're just going to exit out of this, press save, yes. And now it's literally in the same format. Amazing. And now you have your template. Like say you wanted to adjust the sizing of the words because it looks a little different. You can do that as well. And you can Control T or Command T just like in the last. And space it out however you need it. So now you have your smart object. You can keep this as a template or however you want it to work out. And I just feel like it's definitely amazing. That's the word that we use. But as always, I appreciate you all checking into my channel. If you have any other questions or anything like that, please just drop it in the comments below. I'll be glad to make a video. You could like, share, subscribe. If I helped you out, just let me know. Give me a little bit of feedback. Thank you so much.